Are you struggling with an SSL error while trying to connect to your Cisco CMX device? You're not alone. Today, we're going to tackle the frustrating ssl.SSLError tlsv1 alert protocol version issue and get you back on track. I completely understand how annoying it can be when you're trying to make a simple API call and instead you hit a wall with an error message. It can feel like you're stuck in quicksand, right? But don't worry, we will sort this out. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. A user reached out saying they are using the REST API for a Cisco CMX device and are encountering an SSL error when making a GET request. They provided their code and it looks solid, but the error keeps popping up. Sound familiar? Let's dive into the details. So what does this error mean? The tlsv1 alert protocol version error typically indicates that the server is rejecting the connection due to an outdated protocol version. This can happen if your Python environment or the server is not configured to use a compatible version of TLS. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a crucial tip that can help you avoid these SSL errors in the future. To resolve the SSL error, the user should first check the version of Python they are using. The error indicates that the TLS version is outdated, which is often due to using an older version of Python. Next, the user should update their Python installation if it is outdated. This can be done by downloading the latest version from the official Python website. After updating Python, the user should also ensure that the OpenSSL library is up to date. This is crucial for establishing secure connections. Finally, the user should modify their code to specify a more secure TLS version. This can be done by creating an SSL context in their Python code. Fun fact, the first version of SSL was released in 1994, and it was quickly replaced by TLS due to security vulnerabilities. So always keep your libraries updated. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. Another user identified that in Debian 9, the Python library tlsv2 is set to use TLS version 1 by default. This can cause issues when connecting to servers that require a more secure protocol. They resolved the problem by modifying the SSL context in the tlsv2 library. It's worth noting that this issue does not occur in Debian 10, which uses a more updated configuration. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. One user shared an alternative solution for the SSL error on macOS. They suggest reinstalling Python using Homebrew to upgrade to Python 3.7. After that, create a new environment based on this version. This approach should resolve the issue. Now let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution comes from a user who faced a similar issue while using Ruby. They encountered the same SSL error when trying to install a gem. Their solution was to update Ruby to the latest version, which resolved the problem. Now, let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution for Python 2 users on macOS is to install Python 2 using Homebrew. Since Homebrew no longer supports Python 2 directly, you can use a specific command to install it. Just remember to unlink any old versions of Python first. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. An alternative solution provided by another user involves configuring the MQTT TLS version in your Flask application. They suggest adding a specific line of code to your Python file to set the TLS version to TLS 1.2. Here's the tip I promised. Regularly check for updates to both your Python environment and your libraries. This simple habit can save you from a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. By following these steps, you should be able to resolve the SSL error and successfully connect to your Cisco CMX device. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more troubleshooting tips and remember to keep your software updated.